during the playoffs, with about 2 minutes to go, you'll hear a little bell, ding, ding, ding. That'll be wherever the person is in the script. He'll move directly to the closing snappers. In other words, every question may not be read because of the time limitations of the show, 30 minutes a game type of thing. Okay, anytime. There we go.
Welcome to School Reach. I'm Edie Nolan, quiz mistress for this game between Lisgar and B Pearson. I would ask the team from Lisgar to introduce themselves, please.
I'm Mark Bouchon. I'm Derek Cardle.
Christy Mitchell.
John Henry.
B Pearson.
Kevin Clement. Greg Kelly.
All right. Good luck to both of you. We'll begin now with snappers. Who is Canada's finance minister? Kevin? That's correct. What is a distinctive feature of Manx cats? Kevin?
They have no tail.
That's correct. The Romans called her Juno, and that's Kevin? Correct. In 10-pin bowling, how many pins are set up across the back row? Greg?
4.
That's correct. We'll now move on to 3 questions on Russian literature. Which Russian author wrote the 2 novels, Anna Karenina and Alfred?
Tolstoy.
That's correct. Name the Russian writer of short stories and plays, which include The Steppe and Uncle Vanya. And Kevin?
Maxim Gorky.
That's incorrect. I'll finish the question for Lisgar. And he died in 1904 of tuberculosis. Yes, Alfred?
Smyrna Ladov.
No, Chekhov. Third and final question in this category. Which great Russian novelist arrested for taking part in a Alfred?
Dostoevsky.
That's correct. Now we'll move on to geology. What is the name given to the theory of continental drift? Kevin? Correct. What is the name given to molten rock while it is deep underground?
Magma.
That's correct. In geological talk, what would you be discussing if you talked about the calving, pouring, or rock flour? Yes, Alfred?
Salt.
No? The answer would be glaciers. All right, 35-point team question. The team which correctly answers the following 5-point scramble question may then answer the following questions. For 5 points, on January 15, 1759, the large building containing books, manuscripts, and exhibits in literature, art, and archaeology was opened to the public in London, England. What is it called? Kevin?
The Tate Museum.
That's incorrect. Lisgar? It is called the British Museum.
Open up the questions to both teams.
All right, now I'll ask you 3 questions dealing with the British Museum and open to both sides. The museum displays 2 of the 4 existing copies of a great historic document. Kevin?
The Magna Carta.
That's correct. Second question. In the museum's Egyptian hall, there is an object on display which in earlier times helped scholars gain a knowledge of...
So is that a school?
Yes, that's correct. Chris? Final question. Then there is the collection of Greek antiquities, which includes part of the frieze from Christie. The Elgin marbles. That's correct. We'll now move on to another scramble question on famous musicians. So, again, the team which correctly answers the following 5-point scramble may then answer the following questions. So, for 5 points, with what musical instrument would you associate the 19th century Italian musician whose virtuosity led to rumors that he possessed diabolical... Yes, Kevin?
Violin.
That's correct. The violinist is Paganini. Identify the instrument. Now this will just be for B Pearson. You may consult with one another. So there will be 3 questions now dealing with musical instruments.
85.
Yeah, 85. Not 580 would be hard to come back.
Okay, here we go, Mr. Pearson. This ancient stringed instrument has regained popularity in the 20th century, largely through the performances of virtuosi such as Julian Bream. Kevin?
The harp.
That's incorrect. It's the lute. Second question. This instrument was the medium through which the Toronto musician Glenn Gould became famous. Kevin?
Piano.
That is correct. And the last question. The Irish musician James Galway plays this. Chris? That's correct. Now the 20-point question on both, which is open to both sides. These two authors produced the words, "A specter is haunting Europe, the specter of communism." Kevin?
Senator Joseph McCarthy.
No. Lisgar, do you have an answer? Engels and Marx. Second question. A Canadian medical doctor, "I am a hero in communist China." Kevin?
Becky.
That's correct. Now we have an assigned question on Canadiana. Each team member of either team is assigned a 10-point question. If you miss your question, your counterpart in the opposing team will have a chance for 5 points. I'll begin with Alfred. The following questions deal with Canadiana. What are the official colors of Canada?
Red and white.
That is correct. Derek, what is the motto of the province of Quebec? Kevin, would you have an answer?
Je veux super.
That's correct. Christy, which English poet called Canada Our Lady of the Snows? Greg? Rudyard Kipling. John, what is alpha flight? Tom? That's correct. For 5 points. And now I'll begin with Pearson. I'll start with Chris. Who is the French author of a celebrated quip about Canada being nothing more than a few acres of snow?
Victor Hugo.
No, Alfred? Voltaire. Which province, this will be for Kevin. Which province had as its unofficial title the postage stamp province?
Manitoba.
That is correct. Greg, what do the names Towers, Coin, Razminsky, and Bowie have in common? Christy? All served as governors of the Bank of Canada. Final question for Tom. Which two former prime ministers fought over the national flag of Canada? That is correct. All right, now we'll go on to 3 questions dealing with sports. In what Olympic competition do you find a pommel horse? Kevin?
Gymnastics.
That is correct. In what game do you score for leaners and wingers? Kevin?
Horseshoes.
That is correct. Mary Queen of Scots and her cousin Elizabeth I. Yes, Alfred.
Croquet.
No, I'll finish the question for Pearson. Were skilled players at what sporting game? Chris?
Tennis.
No, billiards. Here are snappers now to end the first round. What recent Academy Award Best Picture featured Henry Fonda and Katharine Hepburn?
On Golden Pond.
That's correct. Which U.S. state is nicknamed the Wolverine State? Kevin?
Michigan.
That is correct. How do we classify a volcano that has erupted within... Kevin?
Active.
That's correct. If an insect is described as a hexapod, what does that tell you? Kevin?
It has 6 feet.
That's correct. We'll have a 1-minute break now. The score is
We've got to lose 10 points.
Pearson 205 and Lisgar 40. I'm sorry.
Okay, Kevin, you've got a question? Point?
Yeah, 'cause there was a question at the beginning.
Yeah.
Was it judo? Teammate whispered it, and I answered it. So.
Oh, okay. Deduct 10 points from Pearson. Thanks, Kevin, for your honesty. Look, in the round robin series, you're not going to get knocked out, I hope, because of one question. If you're caught whispering among each other, and one person's supposed to answer, then you won't get a chance to get the points. But Kevin, whispering is allowed before the button is pushed. If you had pushed the button and then somebody whispered the answer, okay, we have to delete it. But if you whisper among yourselves and then you push the button, you're still allowed the points, okay? So Kevin, it's 195 to 40 then? Okay, good. Yeah, look, this is a game of truth, ideally, and so I appreciate people who go for the truth. Okay, anytime.
Can you speak up a little bit?
Yeah, the lower team, if you can sort of yell into the microphone gain isn't set up the same as the other one. Ah! And Whoever steps on the speaker cords or something, speaker wires, I'm not sure what
That better,
happens.
Christine?
I'll try not to. Okay, let's go anytime.
All right, snappers for round 2. Who is the creator of the comic strip Tumbleweed? Kevin?
Al Cap.
That's incorrect. Lisgar? T.K. Ryan. In which town was Jesus born? Kevin?
Bethlehem.
That is correct. What is the modern-day name for Mesopotamia? Kevin?
Iraq.
That's correct. With which sport do we associate the name Bruce Jenner? Kevin?
Decathlon.
That is correct. Now we will move on to a 40-point Who Am I question. For 40 points, I began my career in review with the Cambridge Footlights, and in the late 1960s worked as a writer and performer with the... Kevin?
Douglas Adams.
That's incorrect. I'll finish it for Lisgar. Worked as a writer and performer with the Frost Report. Who am I? For 30 points, clue number 2. As an English writer and actor, I was a prominent member of a team which created and starred in a zany and satirical BBC... Kevin?
John Cleese.
That is correct, for 30 points.
30 points, 20 more points.
I'm moving on now to
Okay.
math puzzles, so if you have paper and pencil, I think you may need it. Let's combine your math know-how with your general knowledge in these questions. 27 divided by 3 times 4 plus the year World War II ended. Alfred?
30.
That's incorrect. Pearson, do you have an answer? Kevin?
28.
No.
1,981. Second question. Bracket 2 squared minus 9 bracket times 11 minus the number of witches in Macbeth. Yes, Kevin?
Negative 160.
That's incorrect. Lisgar? Yes, John?
Negative 58.
That's correct. Third question. Cube root of 8 times 7 minus 4 plus the number that Cliff Johnson wore while playing in Toronto. Kevin?
16.
That's incorrect, Lisgar? Yes, John?
14.
No, the answer is 54. 30-point open question now on liquids. What liquid is known as the universal solvent? Christy? Water. That's correct. What kind of poison did Socrates drink? Kevin? That's correct. What additive does 7-Up claim that it has never had? Derek?
No caffeine.
That's correct. 30-point open question now on geography. The following questions refer to countries of the world which have changed their names in the last 40 years. Name the country in West Africa whose former name was the Gold Coast. Kevin?
Upper Volta.
That's incorrect. Lisgar? Christy?
Ivory Coast.
No, Ghana. Name the southern African country whose former...
Reset.
Sorry? Oh, sorry, I'll begin this question again. Name the southern African country whose former name was Southern Rhodesia. Yes, Alfred?
Zimbabwe.
That's correct. Before 1964, the country of Zambia was a British colony. Kevin?
Tanganyika and Zanzibar.
No, that's incorrect. What was its name was the rest of the question.
Rwanda.
Northern Rhodesia. By what
Reset.
name was...
Okay, it's okay, it's okay.
By what name was Sri Lanka formerly known? Kevin?
Ceylon.
That is correct. Now we need the slide projector.
Oh boy. Who wants to risk looking like a fool? It's the stupid projector. Yeah, okay. Break. Flip the switches all the way down, please, at the back to shut off. Yeah. Okay, great. Okay.
So we'll test your knowledge of wearing apparel. We all know what jeans are and that they are made of a heavy twilled cotton. The name... Yes, Cameron? I'll finish the question for Lisgar. The name jeans, however, is derived from which Italian city where the material was first made? Yes, Derek?
Genoa.
That's correct. Second question. Which sweater jacket opening in the front was... yes, Alfred?
Cardigan.
That's correct. The color is popular for military uniforms. Yes, Tom?
Green.
I'll continue for Lisgar. And the word is Hindu for dust colored. What is it? Yes, John?
Khaki.
That's correct. Okay, now we have a 40-point snapper to end the round. Aix-la-Chapelle or Aachen was
Aachen.
Aachen was the capital of which ruler's empire? Kevin?
Charlemagne?
That's correct. Where was Alexander Graham Bell born? Kevin?
Toronto, sorry.
In which country, Lisgar? John?
Scotland.
That's correct. Which order of monks was reformed by Saint Bernard of Clairvaux in 1115? Yes, Kevin?
The Jesuits?
No, that's incorrect. Lisgar? Christy?
Dominicans?
No, the Cistercians. Which body organ was once considered the seat of various emotions? Derek?
Heart.
That's incorrect. Pearson? Kevin?
The liver?
No, the spleen. Now we'll take a 1-minute break until round 3. The score is Pearson 315 and Lisgar 120.
Okay.
Now we'll begin round 3 with 40-point snappers. What type of dinner roll was introduced by a hotel of the same name in Boston? Kevin? That's correct. Lisgar? Yes, Alfred?
The Ritz Cracker.
No, the Parker House roll. What black and orange butterfly is also called, yes, Kevin?
The monarchs.
That's correct. The island of Molokai is part of which island group? Yes, Kevin?
Indonesia?
No, that's incorrect. Lisgar? Yes, Alfred?
Canary Islands.
No, Hawaii. What does the word fairy indicate in chemistry? Kevin?
Measure of voltage.
No, that's incorrect. Lisgar? Iron. Now we have another scramble. So the team which answers the question will be awarded 5 points, and then they get to answer 3 particular questions. So for 5 points, who was the first French-Canadian Prime Minister of Canada? Kevin?
Laurier?
That's correct. Only Pearson may answer these questions, and they may consult. They all deal with Sir Wilfrid Laurier. Laurier studied at Montreal's McGill University and graduated with a degree in law. For 4 or 5 years, Laurier held 2 jobs. One job was as a country lawyer. What was his other job? Yes, Chris? That's correct. In 1874, Laurier entered federal politics, becoming Prime Minister in 1896. Laurier served how many consecutive terms as Prime Minister? Yes, Chris? That's incorrect. 4 was the right answer. And the final question. Laurier was knighted in 1897. He also received a title from the French government that same year. Which honor did they bestow on him? Yes, Chris? No, the Légion d'honneur. Okay, now we have a 40-point open question dealing with quotations from the plays of William Shakespeare. Which English king spoke the following words? O sleep, O gentle sleep, nature's soft nurse, how I have frightened thee. Yes, Chris? No, that's incorrect. Lisgar? Yes, Christy?
Henry IV?
That's correct. Second quotation. In which play will you find the following words? A plague on both your houses. Yes,
Romeo
Kevin?
and Juliet?
That's correct. Third quotation. In which play will you find the following words? Full fathom 5 thy father lies, of his bones are corals made. Kevin? That's correct. And the last one, who spoke the following words? Clarence is come, false, fleeting, perjured Clarence. Yes, Christy?
Richard III?
Yes. That's the play. That's not the person.
Oh.
Kevin?
Falstaff?
No, I don't know. It was Clarence who set it up himself.
Trick question.
Yeah.
Gee, dumb question.
But they mentioned the name Clarence in
The question is
Yeah.
Nobody got it.
Nobody got it. See?
Nobody got it?
Yeah.
Right. All right, open question on words. What letter must be added to the beginning of a word meaning a stir in the atmosphere, a light breeze, to create a second word meaning a married, engaged, or dating couple? correct for air and pair. What letter must be added to the beginning of a word meaning the joint in the hind leg of a horse, cow, etc. above the fetlock joint to create a second word meaning a sudden violent blow or impact, collision? Yes, Chris? No, that's incorrect. Lisgar, do you have an answer? Alfred?
D.
No, S for hawk and shock. The final word question. What letter must be added to the beginning of a word meaning to develop gradually to create a second word meaning to turn around or rotate as on an axis? Yes, Alfred?
S.
No, that's incorrect. Pearson, you have an answer? Chris? R, evolve and revolve. Enough of that. All right, 30-point question now on definitions in astronomy. What four-letter word refers to a star that suddenly... Yes, Kevin?
Nova.
That's correct. Question number 2. In botany, this term refers to a joint in a stem. However, in astronomy, it is the points at which the planes of the orbits of two celestial bodies intersect. Yes, Kevin?
Junction.
No, the rest of the question, Lisgar will simply give the term. Yes, Alfred?
E.
No, nose. What term refers to a mass of luminous gas or dust? Yes, Kevin?
Nebula.
That's correct. Now we have a 130-point snap out to end the game. What is the sum of 2, 14, and 16? Kevin?
32.
That is correct. Which geometric tool is used to measure degrees of an... Yes, Kevin? That's incorrect. I'll finish it for Lisgar, to measure degrees of an angle. Christy? Protractor. That's correct. In which European country would we find Shannon Airport? Yes, Chris? That's correct. Which term refers to the outer atmosphere of the sun? Yes, Kevin?
The chromosphere.
Correct. Alfred?
Corona.
That's correct. Where in Alberta do we find the largest Canadian oil discovery? Yes, Christy?
Athabasca tar sands?
No, that's incorrect. Chris? No, Pembina. Who is the Scandinavian god of thunder? Yes, Kevin?
Thor.
That's correct. The word in is most often used as a preposition. What other part of speech can in be? Yes, Alfred?
A noun.
No, that's correct. Kevin? An adverb. Took too long for that. The Brazilian soccer star Pelé wound up his career.
New York.
More specific.
I'll finish. Yeah, more specific. No, I'll finish it for Lisgar. Wound up his career in the NASL with which team? The answer is the New York Cosmos. What was the theme song for The Wizard of Oz? Kevin?
No, the Yellow Brick Road.
No. Lisgar? Yes, John.
Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
That's correct. With which group was Ozzy Osbourne formerly a singer? Yes, Alfred?
Black Sabbath.
That's correct. What is the result if 10 is taken away from the square of 12? Yes, Alfred?
134.
That's correct. In which U.S. state would we find Ann Arbor?
Michigan.
Yes, Kevin? All right. Name the world's most northern settlement. Kevin?
Very quick. Alert.
Lisgar? Yes, Alfred?
Alert.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's how you play the game. If you make a mistake, you have to catch yourself and try not to blurt out the right answer, even if you know it, because the other team will be given a chance. That's an excellent game. Again, clean played game. Great.